Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and I managed to get the Byarlant Custom Unit 2. I just did a couple of single spins and got it on one of those. I've been doing, of course, the free spin every day, and also just been throwing, whatever tokens I got for the day into the lottery in the hopes of getting it, and I got it. I really like this thing. It has taken me some work to get around I liked with it. It is, fairly vulnerable to raids as tends to happen for supports, and a little bit easier to knock out of the sky than I might like. That said, when it hits pretty hard. The combination weapon here, long rifle and beam cannon, has two separate modes. One only shows up when you are flying straight forward at top speed. When you're boosting forward, you will get the secondary version of that weapon, which has its own heat gauge, which is hidden until you're boosting. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd like to be able to track that a little better, but yeah, it's got, especially since it does still have some open weapon slots, but I guess it makes more sense than having a weapon that only lights up as usable at certain times. I don't know. But yeah, in addition to that special ability, and some decent flight abilities, it has a pretty good beam bayonet, and it also has, yeah, you can tell when you've got the special one because the icon changes, and if you don't have time to look at that, you suddenly have ASL. And yeah, it can use resist move in the air, which I forgot to check in the test drive video. But yeah, it's not bad. In addition to those abilities, it has a rapid fire beam weapon that has the same kind of basically overdrive ability that the beam gatlings on the full armor unicorn Gundam have. So you can you can concentrate on something and gun it down pretty well if you get the chance. Enemy team has destroyed our base, which has brought them back up to about where we are. They won the first wipe pretty, or we won rather the first wipe pretty handily. Sorry, I was thinking the other like 9 or 10 rounds I ran with this. But yeah, it's like I said, I like it. I think probably the problem I was having with it was as much me as the unit. That's not unusual. Part of the problem is I tend to plant my feet like I'm doing right now to when I get a line on somebody and I'm trying to finish them off. So just staying in the air where somebody can just, see you up in front of them and shoot you, with no obstructions, not great. It does have a good range on the on its downswing, like you just saw. The GQuuuuuuX was not ready for me to go to melee. It could out priority me easily. I believe this has priority 1. So yeah, don't be expecting to win too many clashes with this, but if you can catch somebody by surprise, which you can do pretty well with the range of that saber, you've got some good options. And there's that, and that is a, I believe that is a GQuuuuuX Type 3. Yeah, it's got the Gatling, so we're going to have a Gatling duel here, and spoilers, I'm going to win. I have type advantage, so yeah, that really did help a lot. And yeah, for as long as that overheat skill is going, you can just keep shooting. It does cause a longer cooldown after it's done, but that it still cools down, and you can use it as many times as you want, as long as your heat gauge is completely blue when you go to fire. So yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. The Girazulu got me back when it respawned. That's fine. And yeah, so far pretty good. 75 to 55, and yeah, we're gonna obviously keep at it. Kind of looks like we're setting up camp at the base and trying to fight them there. And I will probably, hopefully, yeah, I think eventually I'll be smart enough to go fight or fight alongside my allies. But for now, I saw this GP04 I kind of wanted to shoot at, so. But it's underground now, so I will pick another target. Let's see, yep, good time to get into the air, because I can get around that rooftop, but the allies were focusing fire. So, they took care of that, so I decided to work on the GP04 again, which shot me out of the sky. Yeah, like I said, it could use a little bit more stun defense in the air as far as I'm concerned. It's not bad. I think it still takes less to get it out of the air than it would the Raid Byarlant custom, but I would have to test that, which I haven't run that in a while. Yeah, and yeah, just decided to try and crouch and do as much damage to that GPO4 as I could. Luckily, Ally followed me down here. Again, really, I should send sorry, but I don't know if I realized I hit them until I watched this replay. Regardless, I am really grateful to this team because, yeah, they would actually come and back me up like they just did. And, yeah, generally try and defend me and let me, get my shots off. So, yeah, as with, I feel, I've said this before, I feel like supports are the hardest class to get a good performance out of without support from your team. A careful raid, especially a stealth raid, can sneak around and do okay on its own. A general can handle quite a few things as long as it doesn't get surrounded. The support really needs somebody watching its back for ideal performance, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel about it. Let's see, yeah, just landing Gatling shots from back here. And missed with the long rifle, but at least I didn't hit any of my allies, so that's something. And I was hoping to get a kill shot there, but no dice. But decided to see what kind of damage some of my weapons did to the base. Not particularly much. I think rockets tend to be the best seller on bases. Best seller? Okay. But yeah, and yeah, that I was about to say the GQuuuuuuX EH has just got me dead to rights. There is no way around that because yeah, it shot me out of the air, which its build stun I think is more efficient for that than instant stun. So yeah, its beam submachine gun was perfect for that. So yeah, knocked me out of the air and was ready with its very fast charging heavy attack. So yeah, knew what it was doing. Did a good job of it. And I had been doing well enough in this round so far that I didn't really feel particularly like frustrated by it because yeah, I like I said, I ran a lot of rounds in this trying to get something I liked and finally did. I have to give it a go in space too. It is ground compatible, so presumably should have better performance on the ground, but might be able to get something I like. But for now, yeah. And yep, that's my second time gunning down the GQuuuuuX Type 3. Managed to hit some good shots on that. I need to try the Z2 again. It just got buffed and I haven't tried it since. EH, I managed to stop its stun and follow up with one, but yeah, did not have, was not able to defend myself in time. But my team was, so hey, even if I get killed from here, that's not bad. Again, this was a really good team, and I am really grateful for them because, yeah, they made all the difference in trying to get a round I liked with this beast. So, and let's take a look. Brain. Just trying to assemble thoughts on something else, and yeah, dumb. Yeah, so I got outscored by the G4, which is understandable. The buff G4 is fantastic, but I still did 93,000 damage and managed 5 and 2, so I'm happy with that. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So, if I were you, I might take a spin past the Gundam Info YouTube channel today because there's a couple interesting things going on there. First off, there is an open beta test for G Generation Eternal coming up, so there is a link to apply for that on the YouTube channel, and it also has requirements. Unfortunately, I'm a gigabyte short on RAM on my old phone, so I'm going to have to miss this one, but if you want to give it a shot, it's probably worth looking at because G Generation games are just fun. Beyond that, there was also yesterday from when you're listening to this, about 6 hours ago from when I'm recording it, they just announced a new Gundam series called Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX, which, yeah, that is as weird as it looks like, especially since they decided to spell it with 6 U's. But apparently it's a programming term, so yeah, that's where that comes from. Just going by the katakana, my personal choice is GQuuuuuX, but that's my choice. But it's really interesting looking because it is a new Gundam series with an awful lot of the staff from Evangelion. Hideaki Anno is the co-writer. The head writer also previously worked on Utena and Sailor Moon, among other things. The original '90s one, that is. Uh, Mecha designs by Ikuto Yamashita, who was the mecha designer for Evangelion. Kazuyutsu Uramaki from Furikuri is directing. Just like it's really, and oh yes, and the character designers from Pokemon Sun and Moon. This thing looks like it's going to be insane. I am looking forward to seeing what is up with it. And yeah, if you look very closely in the trailer, you can see not only does the Gundam GQuuuuuX carry a Heat Hawk, but in the one fight scene they show, it seems to be fighting what look very much like Elmeth bits. So I'm sure this isn't even remotely related to the Universal Century, but that's some interesting references to drop in the premiere trailer. So yeah, I am really looking forward to seeing what this is about, and it is starting in like January. They're going to be doing like a compilation of the first 3 episodes to show in theaters, and the high grade kit's coming out in January too. So yeah, really interesting times ahead for Gundam, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on.